What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 84 of the Hive Mind podcast. Doing this one after Battle for Azeroth. The original plan was to do it the weekend before, but my power went out, so that was the thing.
Was a
But
thing.
yeah,
It's been raining here for like a month.
yeah. Did you get that crazy storm that we got? I guess it was
No,
last weekend.
no, but it rained. But we didn't get a
No,
crazy storm.
we got an insane storm. But yeah, so I guess the elephant in the room. How you feeling about Battle for Azeroth at this point?
I don't know, man. Like I'm playing it, obviously, but so there was like a long period at the end of Legion where I wasn't playing very much WoW, like at all. I was playing. I got Overwatch. Got back playing that. I was just working out, and I was doing like little side games, playing a lot of Eternal, that card game, and so I've no-lifed every other expansion like pretty hard. But this one, dude, like, man, I log on and I like play for like an hour or a couple hours, and I'm like, all right, I'm good. I need to go do something else for a while. And then I'm not no-lifing it near as hard as I was before. But I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
I like it. I guess I like the theme a lot more than Legion. I think thematically, it's one of the stronger expansions they've had in a very long time. Like in
Yeah,
terms of like the way the zones look and feel, like it's a very earthy feel. Like the zones actually feel like they're places rather than like, as I put it in one of my videos, like Legion just felt like a giant fucking Six Flags for demons, whereas this actually feels like I don't know, a place kind of.
right. Yeah, who do you think wins the Horde Alliance zones or better competition?
I have not played the Horde Zone, so I couldn't tell you. But
What?
it's funny. I haven't played them that much. I
You
mean,
got to do the
there's
war campaign.
the what?
You got to do the war campaign. That's the that's the thing that where you go to. It's like three different. You basically unlock a.
Oh yeah, I just wasn't. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, but that's not the same as doing the fucking zone on the Horde side.
Right. Well, I mean, obviously, but I mean, I just meant from like a aesthetic standpoint.
Oh yeah, no. I don't know. I think I like the Alliance ones more, just because the Horde ones are a pain in the ass to get around. But then again, I'm biased because I'm an Alliance player and I don't have those flight paths. Because I'm sure your zone is littered with flight paths everywhere. But the Horde zones are very like windy and turny and probably
Right.
awesome for World PvP though. Like I bet those Horde zones are gonna be dope for World PvP.
So, talking about that, the war mode thing. I was playing a little bit today, and there was a raid of Alliance running around doing World PvP in Vol'dun, like rolling 15, 20 deep, just going around shitting on people. And they were like that, the bounty thing pops up. So like if you kill so many of the other faction without dying, you get put on the map, and you get like a buff.
Oh
And
shit, that's cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
yeah, so I guess World PvP's back, sort of.
I've heard a lot of people having fun with it, which is cool because feral druids are well. We'll get to that in a minute, but typically they are very good at world PvP.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the classes, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not sure I'm on board with all the class changes that they've done, like the pruning, the GCD changes where everything's on the GCD
That
now or
that
post
didn't
cooldowns.
affect my spec hardly at all. I think they put Tiger's Fury on the GCD for a little bit and then they took it off. The only thing that's on the GCD that didn't used to be is Berserk, which is a fucking meme cooldown anyway. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, so I just think it's crazy, like the different, like, so my first tune that I leveled was a priest, so I had to level as shadow. And like the damage that I do, so like I'm 120 now, I'm like 320 item level.
mm,
I do basically the same damage at 320 item level, max level, as I do on like I did on my 110 demon hunter when I just got out and started leveling. Like it's just dumb. Like the difference in classes like that.
what were you leveling as?
Shadow, and then now I'm leveling my demon hunter as my alt.
I have a feeling your demon hunter is going quite a bit smoother. I would imagine, right?
It's
Because
it's retarded. You can just like you can pull an entire area, just group them up, you know, and
Dude,
then
it's because feral
Ivy
druids
went
and
down.
shadow priests are fucking dog shit right now.
They are, man. It's really bad.
Feral druids
It's
are the worst, like quite like definitively, as of the simulations. But
so. I'm just trying to. I mean, what are you leveling with? Like brutal slash, like the AoE
no,
thing?
I'm like full blown fucking PVE mode Savage Roar Blood Talons because it takes me that long to kill the mobs. I get value out of that. Like it's so silly. Like cause so that was the funny thing when I was leveling up to 120. I was like, dude, this is awesome. They like made the quests like kind of difficult. Like this is cool that I actually have to like sit here and like try on some of these quests and think about it, right? I'm like, that's a cool like game design. Like the scaling shit's really working, right? No, it just turns out my class is fucking horrendous. Just horrendously bad, and I watched
Right.
some fucking demon hunter or ret paladin or arcane mage just pull the whole fucking zone and just kill everything instantly. And I'm
Yep.
like, wow, I thought that it was like hard. Nope,
For
just my
everybody.
class is that terrible.
Yep.
Well, and the thing
Yep.
that's worse about ferals is that ferals just the way they're designed is that they're kind of like a long term, like, like even when feral druids are good, they aren't good at questing because they're just like it's got ramp up, you know.
Right.
So that compounded is just it's
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah, but not. I mean, affliction warlocks have ramp up too.
Yeah.
But you could still pull everything because you have
You have a
siphon
pet,
life. You have
too.
you have a pet. You have and you just dot. Yeah. So I don't know, man. If when I level my druid, it's probably gonna be his boomkin. To
I
be
heard that's
honest.
not that much better.
But well, yeah. I guess we'll see. But the dungeons are cool. You know, we're dipping into mythic zeros now.
I mean, despite you not playing very much, you're ahead of me. I'm pretty sure.
In what eye level?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, we have we have our little heroic raid team that's like doing PVE stuff. But yeah,
What is
I
your
mean,
eye level? I think mine's like 308 or something.
like
309.
320. Most of I'm the lowest of everybody because I haven't been on doing what they have done, but they full cleared all the mythics and everything. I think everybody in our group is like 330 something, 330
Holy
to
shit.
340. Yeah, but I mean it'll come quick when if you do any mythics. But I mean
Well,
I don't know
if I
it
can get
runs
an
good.
invite, I don't think I'll ever be able to get an invite at this point.
Oh well, I don't
Dude,
know.
I get out DPS'd by the tanks, and so today I was like sweating
Maybe you're
my
just bad.
no. Other people are getting out DPS by tanks that are. Have you seen the
Okay.
Druid forums?
No.
Dude, here, let me link you to the Druid forums. It's fucking hilarious.
Roger.
No, like the threads here are very inspiring. Let's see.
I'm sure people are crying about. I'm sure people crying about Shadow
It-
too.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here's a great one. Why haven't you jumped ship? That's the name of a thread. Feral. Here's a good one that counters your argument. Feral really is that bad. It's not just you.
Fair enough. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm forcing myself. So I was a holy priest, pretty much the majority of Legion, and I'm forcing myself to play Disc now because Disc is just that much better. And it's coming along. I don't. I like it. I liked Holy better, but Holy's just in a really bad sort of spot for mythics right now. So it's it's coming along. They just do weird things, man. Like Resto Druid, like they took away Healing Touch, which
Really?
is like.
Oh, I thought they just took away. Wow.
So it's like.
What's your primary
Rejuve?
Rejuve and regrowth and
It's
Swiftmend and whatever.
Yeah, you've got Life Bloom, Regrowth, Rejuve, Wild Growth, Swiftman, and Efflow. And then you can
That's
talent
still
it.
a lot of fucking heals, though. Like
Yeah, it is, but it makes your gameplay weird. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to just heal somebody a little bit and you want to put a hot on them, like, what are you going to do? Like, you have to...
Isn't that where regrowth? That's kind of...
Yeah, but
kind of there.
Regrowth has always been like a flash heal type spell. So, it's okay. It's just odd, I guess.
That's the only fucking one I've got is Feral. So...
Right. Yeah. So, but anyway, we'll see, man. Like I said, it's starting out good. I mean, I made the jump to a 4K monitor.
How's that going? I
I
feel
bought
like...
that. You know that remember I was telling you forever I was gonna buy that 4K 144 hertz monitor
Yeah.
when it came out. So I did.
How much
Um,
was that? Like, is that like 3 grand?
no, two, which is still retarded for a monitor. Um, but yeah, that well, I bought the PG27UQ, I
Yeah.
believe.
So I play on a 1440p, 144 hertz.
Yeah, so I bought that. I bought a 1440 165 hertz monitor, and then I took it back because I knew this 4K monitor was coming out. And tell you what though, that 2K monitor ran smooth as shit, like everything, right? But
I get 2K. What is? I thought 2K was 4K because it's 2160p, which is 4K. Isn't that 2K?
4K is not 2K. So 4K is
The 4K,
36.
yeah, 4K is 3840 by 2160. So I always thought that was another name for it was 2K because it's
No,
2000.
no, 2K resolution is 2048 by 1080.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's a weird resolution. That's fucking weird. Super widescreen.
And then 1440 is 2560 by 1440.
Yeah,
And then 4K
it's 3840 by
is
2160.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know this because I know my video shit.
But the way that the math works, it's like
Yeah.
uh it 4K is way harder
Oh
on
yeah,
your
that's
on
why
every
that's why I asked how it was working because like the whole thing with like 4K is that like a 4K 144 hertz screen, like good luck getting that performance out of that. Like
See, you'd think that, right? And that's what I read everywhere. However, so Overwatch, right? Overwatch, I turn on my little so it has G-Sync too. That's the other thing that it has.
yeah, that is
Um,
nice.
but I turned Overwatch on ultra settings at 4K, and I get consistently like 120, 130 FPS.
Do you have a 1080 Ti?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I've got too, but I can't. Maybe I could do that. I don't know.
So I fired up like The Witcher. So I think the people that get bad, like, so they're like, oh, you can't, good luck, right? Well, I think a lot of those people have anti-aliasing cranked up too, like
Yeah,
to the max, but you don't need anti-aliasing on.
I can't even
Well,
run World of Warcraft in 144 frames with everything maxed.
right, well, right. So WoW's a different beast. Like I had to. So my WoW runs good, but it's a little odd in 4K. Like I had to like kind of tweak and adjust some certain things to get it to run really smooth. It ran really smooth if I'm trying to remember right in 2K. Um, but it's good. I mean, overall it's good. I think the next generation of GPUs will really kind of the other weird thing about Battle for Azeroth is it runs way better in DirectX 11 than 12 if you have an NVIDIA GPU.
Huh. I think
Yeah.
mine's in 11 already by default if I remember looking at the setting.
I am pretty sure that if you have an NVIDIA that it defaults to 11, yeah. So anyway, but yeah, man, the 4K it looks good. Man, the colors are because it's not I don't think it's an IPS, but it's on that level of
Did you
screen.
go from a 60 hertz to a 144, or did you already have a one? Or no, you said you already had a 144. Never mind.
Yeah, I have a 60
That
hertz.
would I think be the real jump is going from 60 to 144, because then that's like even just moving your cursor around the screen, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, it looks good for sure. So I don't regret it. I mean, it'll get better for sure.
Yeah.
But switching topic a little bit. Did your girl move to South Carolina?
Yeah.
So what are you doing now? Are you like driving down to South Carolina, or is she coming up, or like what's the deal?
She wants to see how it goes. I went to go see her and take her some of her shit, I guess a few weeks ago, and she's coming up next weekend, so you know.
Okay.
That's
How many hours is that?
3-ish?
Three? Three?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No, I guess not.
I used to I forget I think when I lived in South Carolina when I was in the Navy, I dated a girl who was in Charlotte, and it was like 4 hours away, and I went there pretty much every weekend. So
Wow. I have
Yeah,
no
I
idea.
mean, it ain't. You know what's funny though is you think like that's far, but like when I look at what I drive from my job, like I routinely go probably that far 2 or 3 times a week to like actual things for my job. Like Lynchburg, right?
Yeah,
That's like
my grandparents live
two
there.
2 or 2.5 hours away from me. I drive there maybe once a week. I got to go to DC or I got to go to Baltimore like once a week, and that's like 2.5, 3 hours away. So
Hmm.
it really ain't that bad, I
Well,
guess.
most
I'm
people
pretty.
don't do that.
Yeah, I guess. I guess you're right. I'm probably not gonna do it for much longer.
Hmm.
But what have you been up to other than Battle for Azeroth thing? Because we haven't
Um,
podcasted in forever.
guess just doing real life shit. I got my school shit starting up next week, or not next week, the week after next.
The welding school.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it like ECPI or whatever? Like
No,
where are you going?
no, it's at community college,
Oh,
but
okay.
they've got a pretty kick-ass welding program because there's people that are like driving, like some of my classmates are driving like 3 hours. Like there's one guy, or not 3 hours. There's like one guy that fucking got an apartment just to come here to do welding. I'm like, really? I guess it must be that. I don't know. I didn't know it was that big of a thing, but I guess so.
How long is the program?
It's only 2 semesters, but it's pretty like intense in terms of like how long you're there each day.
So you'll be graduated like May?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Me too. That's when I finish this fucking NBA nightmare. Is is then. But mine's only like 2 days a week.
Yeah, mine's 5 days a week, and I think most of my days are pretty much like 8 to 4. So, in terms
Are you
of
s-
like
you're not
school
so
wise,
you're not still doing the car job.
no.
Well,
Well,
that's
I'm doing
cool.
it for this next week.
Okay.
But yeah, I
That's
figured
that's kind of
time.
nice. It's a family thing and you can just be like, "Hey, I'm going to hop over here and do this welding thing for a while." They're like, "Okay."
I mean, yeah, I
Right.
guess. I mean, it's kind of a like I've had to like show a bunch of people how to do what I do, and they're just not gonna have some of the shit that I used to do for them, like some of the graphic design shit I used to do for them. But I think they'll make it. They'll be all right, easily.
Yeah, I was out pretty hard, man. Like I've been doing, I've been doing the health and fitness kick there for pretty much going on all year now, and dropping all the weight and doing all
Wow, it's like the
what
opposite
I've
of
been doing.
me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I'm pulling a full on you from a couple of years ago. Like I've dropped,
I'm pulling a full on you from a couple of years ago.
dude, I've dropped like 65 pounds since um, January or like the end of December. Um, so, and I've got another probably, I mean, long term, another probably 60 to go, but short term, probably
How tall?
like
Wait, how much did you
40.
weigh?
I was like 300 pounds, dude.
How much? How tall are you?
5'8". I was fat.
Ooh.
I was really fat. Yeah, it was bad. But that was back, that's why I wasn't posting a lot on social media. Like I wasn't doing a lot of shit because I was in a fucking rut, dude. I was just not good. Had anxiety, like it was just bad.
Mm.
So I just went straight up keto, right? Started running again. I got my running back up now to about I run about every other day, like 4.5 miles.
Dude, I couldn't like. I don't understand that. I can't do that. That's fucking crazy to me.
I mean, but I'm not like smoking it.
I see these fat fucks in the gym that literally run circles around me, and I just don't understand. Like I think I'm just like genetically retarded at running.
I mean,
Like when I played football, I was fast, but I was never distance.
right. So I'm not like, and I do like a little bit of interval stuff. Like so, when I used to run back when I was like in my best shape. I was like 180, and I ran 6 miles pretty much every other day, and it was kind of the same thing. I wasn't like fast, but it was when I was doing that, it was flat, right? Because this is when I was in South Carolina, so there wasn't a lot of hills, so it's just flat, and running on flat or flat surfaces is pretty easy. But where I live now is like fucking up and down hills all over the place. So that's what I started like getting back into it on, and that shit kicked my ass like when I first got out there, and still does really. Um, so it's being able to do what I do now is better probably than what I did back then, just because I have the training with the hills involved and stuff, and I do interval things with that where I sprint up the hills and then I run slower on the downhills and
Well,
shit like that.
good for
But
you, dude.
yeah, but I got to do more. I got to see what I don't do is this is when we moved in this apartment. What I don't do are the, um, I don't know what you call them, complex, not complex lift, but
Compound
the
movements.
yeah, compact like deadlifts,
Yeah,
squats,
you should
things like
definitely do
that.
those.
Yeah, I should. However, I don't really have like I could go to the gym down here. I'd have to go get like a gym or a CrossFit membership or something to go do those, and that's my next step because I've been doing it pretty much all through cardio and then this little gym that's at my apartment. So they've got like they've got some free weights to go in there and do that, and they've got I don't know what you call it, a rack, I guess, where you can do like flies and things like that on it. Um,
Oh, they've got a cable machine.
yeah, cable machine, free weights, and then
Yeah, I mean you can still
like a
simulate a lot of
nautilus.
that shit. I mean,
You
you can
can.
still do like bench press movements, overhead movements, deadlift movement. I mean, deadlift might be hard if you don't have access to really heavy dumbbells, but you can still kind of do it.
Right. Um, so that's what I'm adding. That's what I'm adding next. But my focus. So anyway, so I was doing that right in the keto thing, man, and I was eating like really clean, like just fats and like salads and shit like that every day. But like I don't know what happened to me, but like um, this was like my birthday was right mid July, and right before that, man, like I think I got like I've never really been sick ever in my life, and I got like a GI infection
Ooh,
and I didn't even. I mean, I still don't even know really what I had, but it was like for like 3 weeks, man. Like I had to go to the ER and get morphine. you ever
holy
you ever
shit!
you ever got morphine before?
No.
It's the craziest thing ever. So like I get it's pain that was like so when you get stomach pain, like it's usually in the bottom of your stomach and it feels like you have to go shit or something, right? But like this was like in the upper part of my stomach and it felt like somebody had a fist like right in my sternum and was pushing all the way to my back and it was really bad. Like I couldn't even lay down because it hurt worse to lay down. So I went there and they did some scans and stuff and this lady's like I'm gonna give you something for the pain but you can't be standing up. And this is like the worst nurse ever. And I was like I was like all right,
Take a guess.
I was like all right, what are you gonna give me? And she's like morphine and Toradol. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, I can give you the Toradol standing up, but the morphine, you got to sit down. And like, so you'd think like if you were a good nurse, right? You'd be like, well, have you ever had morphine before?
Yeah,
And
they
I
were
would have
supposed
been,
to ask you that shit because my
and I
dad
would,
gets like unbelievably sick if he has morphine.
yeah. So right. So and I was like, I would have been like, no. And then she's like, well, here's what you should expect. No, none of that shit. She just walked over with the little fucking needle and put it into my arm. And dude, it was like so you know how like so you've had massages before from place like Massage Envy or something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, not from them in particular, but yeah.
Right. So you know how like if someone grabs your like shoulders and starts rolling on your shoulder blades really hard, and how
Yeah.
that what that feels like. So it felt like that, except instead of the hands being like on the top of my shoulders, it was like inside my
Oh
body,
wow.
and
Like
it
in a
like
good way or in a bad way?
in a really weird way, like it compressed on my neck, and then all of a sudden my breathing, like I felt it in my lungs too. My breathing got really weird, and I like started to freak out because I've never felt that before, right? And it started to cascade like from my shoulders and my back like down through my arms, my feet. Like it felt like someone was kneading me from the inside, and I freaked out. So I was like, holy shit. And I was like, this feels really weird, like how it is when you're sick and you just whatever.
Yeah.
And this lady's like, just relax. She's like, breathe. She's like, it'll go away eventually. And I'm like, that would have been good to know the fucking get-go. But like, so I'm sitting there in this chair like, holy shit, am I about to die? And then dude, and I'm like 2 seconds later, it was like all my fucking pain was gone. It was
Yeah.
just like, I'm good. I'm gonna go home now.
Dude,
Like
it's
I'm
like when I
cured.
had my vasectomy or whatever, they gave me that pill to take beforehand. They're like, this will calm you down. So I take that fucking thing, go through the entire procedure feeling like I was like, they gave me a fucking sugar pill. Like this is some placebo bullshit. Drive home. Because they tell you like have somebody drive you back, but after I got done, I was like that thing didn't do shit. So I drive back home, and then it kicks in when I'm at home, and I'm like, whoa! It
What
was
did they
like
give you?
I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was almost like in Star Wars where like they go into hyperspeed and like the stars like shoot back.
Right.
Like that's what it was like. Like when it hit me, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, man.
And I just went to sleep for like fucking 16 hours or something.
The only thing that I know that's like, I mean, I'm not a big medicine guy, right? But you got morphine, and then you have, I think it's called like Dilaudid or something. That's like harder core than morphine, I guess. And I guess people go to the hospital all the time complaining of abdominal pain just to get that.
Just to get that
for,
shit.
So yeah, like for a fix, yeah. But I was in the Navy one time, and we had this corpsman, and in the Navy, like, I don't ever fucking trust, like, oh my god, dude, because like, it's like, sorry that I don't trust your 6 sessions of PowerPoint medical training that you have to be qualified to do actual medical procedures. But we had this doctor, quote unquote, on the ship, and he had they have supplies like that just in case of emergencies. And one of the things they have is like nitro, and I think it's for like if you're having a heart attack or something like that, they give it to you. But I was walking by his little medical thing, and he's like, "Hey, sir," he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know, whatever." And he's like, "Smell this," and like I didn't know what it was, and he just like puts it in front of my nose, and I just took a quick whiff, and like my heart was just started just like fucking going nuts, and my blood got really hot in my body like really quick, and I like almost fell over, and he thought it was funny, right? And I was like, I almost fucking jumped over that half door and just fucking beat that guy's ass and tackled him. But like, you get some weird shit in the Navy too. With this is the same guy that on my ship in the Navy. Apparently, it was like trendy to get a pearl inserted into your dick. Have you heard about that?
You told me this story, and we have gone over this. I think
Same guy
That
did
is
that.
the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Dude, yeah, same guy did that to everybody on the ship. So you'll have to excuse me if I didn't trust his medical stuff. But
Anybody that has a pearl inserted into their dick willingly doesn't get trusted with anything. I don't trust them to flip my fucking burgers.
Exactly.
So what's your wife think of the whole fitness thing, or is she doing it too? Like, is it like a couples thing?
No.
That doesn't sound good.
I'm trying, right? Like the diet thing, she's moderately on board with. Like, she's trying to cook keto-esque, and I guess the big thing, you don't have to eat keto, right? Like keto is
that's a pretty extreme diet. Yeah.
Keto is hard to do, right? Because like you'd think all it is just low carb, which is just cutting out bread, sugar, pasta.
No, you can't get you have to, if you're doing it right, you have to eat all your shit from fat.
Yeah, and the fucked up thing is if you just eat meat, right? Because like
you get too much protein, right?
Yeah, you get too much protein, but what happens? And you probably know.
Because the protein
converts to sugar.
Turns what's the term? I know the term for it.
It's gluconeogenesis.
I knew it was something Genesis. Yeah.
Gluconeogenesis. And you're like, all right, I'm not eating any fucking carbs. I'm eating chicken, and the chicken is basically turning into fucking carbs. And it's so annoying that happens. So anyway, she cooks like that, but the fitness part of it is the part she really needs to get on board with.
Is she like was she like you were in terms of like physique?
Or not that bad, but not great.
Okay.
So we'll see. I'm trying to be firmly motivational, I guess. Where I'm like, look, so the fitness train is leaving the station, and I hope you get on it because that's the one option. And the other option is I don't know, but I hope you get on the fucking train. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I see. That's the thing, dude. Like I've come to, so I hit 35 this year, and I was talking to my boss about this yesterday, actually. it's like an odd time like in my life, dude. Because like I've never really been sick, so I got sick in July.
Yeah,
Turned
you're
30.
getting old.
Turned
It's like the
35.
beginning of getting old.
Yeah, right. And then so like I'm thinking to myself like, who am I, right? Like so 10 years ago, right? Going all was doing like what you guys put on your fucking Instagram, like hiking and shit, and going out and water sports and not like those kind. That's like what you guys do, but like actually on the water. And being super fit and going to the beach all the time, all that shit, right? And then for the past, like, ever since I got out of the Navy, for the past 10 years, it's been fucking WoW, which has been the downfall of like 3 of my good relationships have ended because of WoW.
That's a good segue topic once you.
Video games and it's been just lazy. So like now I'm looking forward, the next 5-10 years. I'm like, well, what? Who even am I? Am I that lazy fuck, or am I like this fit guy? Like I don't really know.
I sort of had the same thing happen to me. Like my life hasn't been going. Like I would say I was. Like my life has been going good for the past few years, but it's not like I've been almost treading water or swimming very slowly forward. Like that's kind of why I decided to make a change. Because like yeah, working up at Harvey's is cool, and I like my job, and I like all the people I work with and shit, but I know that I'm not going to end up running the place. So, like, I know I'm not really going to go anywhere because I don't have any interest in, like, selling cars or really getting much deeper into it. And I also don't have any, like, hard skills in terms of, like, something like welding or engineering or fucking medicine. Like, I don't have something like that because I ran my own business out of high school for 5 years. So, that's kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing because, I didn't really know, like, things weren't going badly, and I feel like you're probably in the same situation that I'm in the sense that, like, things weren't going badly, but they weren't also, like, you could feel you were, like, stagnating, I guess.
Right.
That's kind of how I was, like...
Yeah, I was looking at it like, like, what am I gaining by staying here and doing this? I sold my house. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's
like you're not fucking drowning. You're treading water, or you're swimming you're doggy paddling. Like me and you were like kind of like doggy paddling, where like we want to get our shit in a full blown, what is it, freestyle.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but I think you were gonna talk about WoW ending relationships or something. What was that segue for?
The thing on Reddit. How I had the number one thing on the World of Warcraft subreddit during the fucking most insane time of World of Warcraft.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
your last comment was 10 of 10 for sure.
Yeah, dude, that is the fucking most successful Reddit post I've ever had. And what's funny is like there's some people that think it's fake. Like if you go to the Reddit, like if you go through the comments. But dude, this fucking thing blew up. Guess how many views it's gotten?
I don't know.
265,700 views. 16,318 people upvoted it. That is insane. It's got 748 comments.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah. What, do you want to read it for people that haven't read it yet?
I put it on my Twitter. I'm sure anybody that listens to Hive Mind podcast, I mean, they probably fucking saw it. Like, I had people sending me Snapchats of, like, them reading the WoW Reddit, and they're like, oh, shit, it's Cyberpunk.
That's funny.
But, no, what's funny is that my girlfriend on Snapchat, like, because some of her friends know who Soda Poppin' is, and when Soda Poppin' talked about me on his live stream, she started getting messages from her friends about it.
That's funny. What did he say? Was he talking about that Reddit post?
No, they were talking about, like, somebody sent her a Snapchat that said, tell Logan Soda Poppin's talking about him on stream. And she's like, what does that mean? And he's like, he'll know what it means.
He'll know what it means. When was this? Was this recent?
This was launch of Battle for Azeroth. Around then, a couple days ago.
What was he talking about?
Somebody was like, did you see Zyback came back? And he's like, yes, the YouTube feral god, or something like that.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
But dude, feral druids right now are fucking so bad, dude. It's so annoying. They have to fix it. Like Tuesday.
You'd think.
Like
no, they won't. They're gonna wait till like 8.1 probably, to
Dude,
touch
no,
Shadow
they
Priest anyway.
can't. They can't. It's that
So
bad. Like
what's wrong? What's wrong with it?
it's not that they're
Is
like
it the numbers?
15%. Oh yeah, dude, by a lot. It's not that feral druids do like 15% less damage than everybody else. It's like 50% less damage. Like I legitimately doing everything correctly lost to a disc priest and a tank in DPS today.
Mm.
It's that bad. So
I mean,
deep,
it
deep
could.
wounds for warriors. Deep wounds like the passive
How much?
bleed.
How much damage are you doing on
Like
average?
I think is like four. Like it's hard to say because it depends on the fight, but like 4K, 5K.
That's
But
about what. Well,
that's
yeah.
about what you do in your level 115. questing greens.
It's. I mean, is Shadow?
Shadow is
It's
not a
not
good.
much better.
Shadow is
It's
also
not much.
bad, but
It's not much better.
it's better than feral. But Shadow is also bad. Um, but dude, like, well, the fucking disgusting thing is that my DPS rotation is so hard. Like, and that's by the way, that 4 to 5K or 4.5K or 4 to 4.5K is probably more likely 4 to 4.5K. That is single target. That's the best it gets. AoE is just even worse. AoE is worse than that
Right.
relative to other classes.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet. Especially considering, so my 110 Demon Hunter can. So you know how much damage I-beam does with my two set from Legion and just my two set from Legion I-beam at 110 does like 11 or 12k over the course of the channel,
It's
and
fucking such bullshit, man.
and then like refreshes. Like if I hit so many things because I have that legendary, it'll just refresh and I can just spam
Well,
it.
what's so dumb is that have to be like fucking Doctor Magneto with my rotation, and like manage all this shit and spin all these plates and snapshot my dots and not spend too much energy and do my blood talons thing, all just to get beat by the tank
Right.
or a
So
demon
I think
hunter that
there's
has
a
a 2 button rotation.
yeah. So I think so that's always been a discussion in WoW is like, so if I play a class that's hard, right? Like warlocks are like this except for Destro for the most part, and not so much anymore, but in general warlocks have been, I'll give demonology is a good
Oh
example.
yeah.
Like you have to do a lot of shit for that, right? So if I'm playing a class that's like that, where it's very easy to fuck it up, the skill cap is high, blah blah blah. Like, should you be rewarded from a number standpoint
Yes.
over an elemental shaman who has like a couple buttons,
Yes,
or
but not by much.
or a demon hunter? So, right, but that's been, and I'm pretty sure the answer the Blizzard has come up with is not really. Right? They look at it like they should all the spec. They try to balance all the specs to be the same, but obviously there's a hierarchy based on a couple percent. But I mean,
Not right now.
when it's all like well tuned, right? Like they're not going to get everybody the exact same, but I mean, but I don't think they think that there should be a big difference there, which I definitely agree there should be fairly sizable difference there. But the other thing I don't like is that talents have come from just a thing you had that kind of granted you like nifty little bonuses to like complete spec identity by talents. So like, I'll give you an example. So affliction, right? Like, do you know anything about affliction locks?
No, but I have a feeling I know where you're going with this. Like you either have to spec AoE or like single target.
No, but that is true.
That's
But no.
really annoying. I hate
So
that.
what I'm talking about, like, there's a talent called Deathbolt, and Deathbolt is like a fireball basically that snapshots all of your dots on all the time they have left and does like a percent of that damage to a target. So normally the normal affliction playstyles, you put up a couple dots, affliction, corruption, blah blah blah, and then you put unstable affliction, which is a very short hard hitting dot, right? And then you use your filler. So normally when you play that, like you've only got a couple show stars, so you can only put up so many UAs, right? Well, the normal way to play is have your dots rolling up and then kind of cycle your UAs, right? Like you put a UA on a target and drain it, then that falls off, you put another UA up. Like that's kind of how it should flow, right? But with this Deathbolt talent, you put your dots up and then Deathbolt is on like a 30-second CD. As that's about to come off cooldown, you refresh your dots and you dump all of your UAs into the target so that you launch a big fat Deathbolt, and then the next 30 seconds is you have no more UAs to cast because you just fucking blew your load in Deathbolt. So now you're going back to blah blah blah, right? But like, so this your whole rotation is 30-second windows built around, build up and then blowing your load again.
I don't think that's the worst thing in the world to have different like play styles for different specs. What I don't like is
what if I don't like that? I mean, like,
is there another option?
There is, but I mean, you know how that goes. Is there another option? Yes, but is it competitive? I mean, that's the other side of
Feral Druids are, dude, I have Blood Talons. Like, Feral Druids are the same way with Blood Talons. That shit's fucking bananas. This is the John fucking Madden DPS rotation.
What does that mean?
It's hard as fuck. Have you not seen that? This thing came out.
Blood Talons isn't Blood Talons when you hit your instant cast regrowth.
You heal yourself to snapshot your dots, but you have to manage your energy combo points and 2 other dots and a buff on top of it.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I've played Feral. Like, it's hard to play
efficiently.
Yeah, I mean,
you managing all that shit with raid mechanics as well. Good luck. It's hard.
Yeah, well, right.
I'm sweating my balls off in these dungeons just to lose the tanks.
You are such a PvPer. like it's not that bad. But I mean,
doing it efficiently?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it ain't that bad.
Dude, I have a feeling that your definition of efficiently and mine are way different. Like, I'm talking about like not fucking up at all. Like global for global, like damn near perfect. And that is hard to do even on a target dummy with 100% of your focus going into it. Because there are so many variables to the Feral rotation. Because you've got snapshotting of Blood Talons. You've got snapshotting with Blood Talons with Tiger Fury. You've got all the other things you have to do. All your refreshing of your dots at exact times. Like 3.8 seconds on Rake. And like 5.8 on Rip. And then 11.2 on Savage.
I got it.
Dude,
I got it.
Way more involved than just...
I got it. I mean, that's skill in playing in the game. Like, you're not going to find... I mean, even the best people are not going to be able to do really hard PvE content and do that without fucking up at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so you're gonna do something.
Unless you play a Demon Hunter and you've got a 4-button rotation that you can't fuck up whatsoever, so you're putting out like 99% of optimal DPS because your shit's easy as fuck.
Kind of.
Whereas a Feral Druid's got to play his ass off to get anywhere close to that.
Yeah, I mean, but then you're typically looking at you're typically comparing yourself to other classes of other players of your same class at that point.
It's almost it's almost like class balances should be a thing.
Right. I mean, we have a rogue that we play with who is probably one of the best rogues in the world. And he just shits on everybody and everything all the time because he can play like that on a really, really high level.
Yeah. But I think the classes that are hard, like Feral Druids and like, what was it, Affliction that you said that crazy? Yeah, I guess it was UA, yeah. Like, I think that those specs need to be like 5% better. And like, if you do everything perfectly, maybe you do like 5 or 7% more damage than a Demon Hunter that does everything perfectly. It doesn't need to be a lot. But just a little bit.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think in player skill, it is pretty big. It's just, like you're saying, it's just not when you compare it to other classes and the effort that they have to put in. But I mean, I guess then it goes back to like, all right, I mean, you want to play that class, like, you're just going to ride the fucking wave. But like, there are some classes that have been universally fucked by Blizzard for a long time. Shadow Priest is one of them.
So is Feral Druid for a lot of the duration of WoW.
So it's just like, at some point you look at that and you just go, all right, like, just fucking retool the spec. Like, you do that for every other spec, even when they're not broken. Like Holy Paladin in WoD that I loved, that went to shit in Legion, and I stopped playing. Now I just don't play it at all.
There's always been bastard specs in WoW. Ret Paladins, Enhancement Shamans, Feral Druids, Shadow Priests.
Ret's OP right now.
And red's also, I think, easy as fuck too, if I'm right, because I think Taliesin, who's like one of the top feral druids, told me that he got like gladiator on a ret paladin, and he literally macroed his entire DPS rotation with like random 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's like the way to play paladin apparently.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, but there've always been specs like that just for whatever reason, man, they just won't. You know, I mean, look at fucking Survival Hunter. Like they fucking changed that whole thing.
I think it's
Combat
fine.
Rogue.
It's just they need to fucking actually balance the fucking things, man. Like I think it's cool. Like the whole point of an MMORPG class is to not be homogenized. Like I think it's cool that survival hunters have this weird shit. I think it's cool that feral druids are like this weird dot class that is very unique in that regard.
It was fun doing the mage towers. So did you probably didn't do
No,
those at the
I
end of
didn't.
Legion.
No.
I ended up doing all of the tank ones, all of the DPS ones, and like all but two of the healer ones. And that was fun, man, to be able to like figure out how to play every spec in the game and like what the pros and cons are of each and all that kind of stuff. It was it's interesting, but I'm at a point now in WoW where there's not a lot of specs that just excite me. Like with the changes that they've done, you know what I mean? Like I don't get on it and go, fuck.
Yeah. So I'm glad my class didn't get destroyed in terms of like fun. Like I mean, it's the same shit. Well, that's the wrong way to put that. I mean, right now it's not fun because of the obvious tuning, but I like that it's still hard to play. Like I like that I didn't have all of like I like that me as a player is going to be vastly different than somebody that just picks it up for the first time. Like it's going to be night and day in terms of player skill. Whereas if I pick up a demon hunter right now, is the best demon hunter in the world that much better than me? Like the best feral druid would be in the world compared to me if I just picked up feral druid?
Uh, I
Like you see
mean,
what I mean?
it depends.
Like
It
on a
depends.
skill cap perspective, like feral druid is high as fuck, which I really like.
But see, here the thing about Demon Hunter, you know,
I'm just
so
picking on demon hunter. I'm
I
saying
know. No,
any random easy
it's a good
class. Like
example. It's a good
ret
example.
paladin is probably also applicable.
It's a good example because so Demon Hunters right now, like the much easier way to play Demon Hunter is with Demonic. And Demonic is after you finish channeling your I beam, you meta for I believe it's 8 seconds. That's the much easier way to play that and get good quote unquote numbers. However, I'm pretty sure that in current balancing, that's 10% behind momentum,
Yeah.
I believe,
So it's like
which is
Legion.
which is a much harder way. Well, no, demonic was on top with
Really?
the tier
That's
21 full
dumb.
set. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, because the tier 21 4 set was I beam does 40% more damage, and after you finish I beaming, you get 25% haste for like 10 seconds. So yeah, demonic was way on top the end of Legion, but momentum is much harder to play.
Yeah, like
than
it's
demonic.
got some nuance for sure.
You know, you gotta hold your. I mean, it ain't that hard. You gotta hold your fell rushes until you get energy. Fell rush, then you have a 4 second window to DPS, and then they also have that talent Dark Slash that this is damage windows.
Yeah.
And damage windows are much harder to play than just a.
The whole reason I didn't play Demon Hunter is because I felt like that momentum build, which was like the thing I wanted to play, like I feel like that'd be annoying in a raid context, like with raid mechanics. So that's why
It's
I didn't fuck
annoying
with
in a
it.
Mythic Plus context too.
Yeah,
It's just
but
like shit on the ground, and you fucking have to like
be
you.
really creative with it. So I think that's cool. But with Feral, there is no easy option. Like even when you don't play Blood Talons, it's still one of the harder DPS rotations in the game. And if you play
I
Blood
played.
Talons, it's like John fucking Madden craziness.
I played when I did the Feral challenge. I played. I don't know what the talent's called, but it's the one that gives you more Omen of Clarities, more free
Yeah,
thrashes.
moment of
and
clarity. Yeah.
I played that, and that was easier because
Yeah, you
you
don't
know
have
you,
to.
you spend your free shit on thrash a lot more, and you get a lot more free stuff. I think I played that brutal slash and jagged wounds, the thing that
Yeah,
burns
so
out.
you weren't playing the hard spec with Savage Roar and Blood Talons. Like
No,
that's the
but you don't.
fucking
You didn't.
craziness.
Yeah, I didn't need to for what I was trying to do,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was just you know what I mean. So, um, it's all kind of what you're trying to do. But if you're only doing what's your item level?
309, something like that.
Wow.
308,
And you're
309.
you're doing 4 to 4.5K.
Yeah.
That's really bad. I got. I almost want to go play Feral to
Dude,
see if
it's
it's
horrible,
bad.
bro.
That's really bad.
Dude, I almost think that they forgot to like turn the knobs. Like I feel like they left
Like
us in like Legion
like
land.
like
Like seriously.
most of the people that I play with, if we're on like a final
Dude, and
boss
that's
fight in
with
a
me
dungeon.
like doing blood talons and all that shit.
Yeah, I know. Most of the people that I play with, if we're on like the final boss of a dungeon and we got cooldowns up in Lust, they're doing like
The-
12
I
to
mean,
60K.
Soda Pop, you know who Soda Poppin is, right?
Yeah.
He's a feral druid, a rank 1 feral druid. Guess what his fucking stream title is right now?
What's that?
Hunter Pet POV. Dude, the feral druids are that bad.
That's funny.
Like when I say they need to fix it Tuesday, like they absolutely need to fix it. Like it's that horrendous.
Right. Well, I hope so, buddy. For your
God.
sake. You're Alliance though, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I couldn't play with you right now anyway.
Well, dude, I feel bad playing with you.
No, it's all right.
What do you
I'll,
want?
I'll,
The fucking
I'll carry you with my disking.
you go out DPS me. Yeah, you will. I'm not
All right.
even joking.
Dude, I play disc like such a pussy. Like automatic Jack, obviously.
Yeah, we had him on the podcast.
Yeah, he's good, right, at priesting, obviously. And the really way the play like heroics and like low end mythic pluses is with the higher atonement, higher damage build, which is like schism and things where you just do a lot more damage.
Yeah.
But like because I've played holy for so long, like my instinct is not when the group is getting shit on to start, to DPS harder. My instinct is to like heal. And there's a way to play disc now where you can heal. But you do a significantly less amount of damage, but your healing is much better. And I have to play disc like that. Like it just stresses me out to play the other way.
Of all of the pruning that's happened in World of Warcraft, I think Disc Priest absolutely got. Well, they brought it back with that atonement shit or whatever, where you do damage and heal. So they sort of brought back that aggressive play style. But Discipline Priests in Wrath of the Lich King were easily one of the coolest fucking, like thematically, like they were awesome and they had awesome abilities. Like all you need to do is watch that PvP movie, Hydra 7. Where like he's a healer, but he's doing all this like super aggressive shit, and it's just a fucking blast to play and to watch, and it was just dope. What you could do on a disc priest back then.
I hated disc like pretty much forever, and right now it's actually pretty fun. Like they've changed. You know what the best spec in the game is from a rotation standpoint? The most fun spec to play in the game.
I've heard that Demon Hunter is actually really satisfying to play PvE.
It is, but it's pretty simple. Fury is.
I thought that people were bitching about Fury because of all the GCD stuff.
Yeah, that's bad. And like so, where that manifests itself is in trying to do burst AoE because you have to hit recklessness, which is on a fucking GCD.
I'm a feral druid. Trust me, I know
all
about burst AoE, dog.
It takes Fury about 5 globals to do significant quote unquote burst AoE.
I wish that was possible on my fucking class. Holy shit!
I mean, you could take Brutal Slash and
spam
it's
it 3 horrible.
times.
It's terrible. It's a meme. Brutal Slash is a meme.
How much damage?
It's horrible. They nerfed it like again. Like I swear, dude. All you gotta do is look on the Druid forums, and like Brutal Slash is easily the worst choice. Like, it's not even close.
I guess. Let's see.
No, dude, Feral Druid AoE is... Like, if you thought the 4K DPS I was bragging about earlier was bad, dude, you should see me on AoE. It's even worse relative to other classes.
I mean, I know when I did that... I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm just going to say I know when I did... And they must have changed it, because when I did...
Yeah, apparently it used to be ridiculous, and then they nerfed the shit out of it.
The Mage Tower, the ads would come up, and I'd hit Brutal Slash, and all the ads would be dead. Like, immediately. So, I don't know. We'll see. But, speaking of Blizzard games, though, are you still Hammonding?
Yeah! Well, I haven't been playing Overwatch since Battle for Azeroth was a thing, but... Yeah, no, I was actually gonna make a montage of my Hammond plays, because I was having a lot of fun with him.
I'm not sure I've played, like, a shooter that had a funner class than that guy.
Funner. Nice.
funner class than that guy. Like well done. Like I don't think they're gonna be
Yeah,
able to top that.
it's really good. Yeah, it's a really high skill cap character with awesome movement. I mean, yeah, I'm a fan for sure.
I just don't know why they named him Wrecking Ball. Because just fucking call him Hammond.
Yeah, it goes off the tongue a lot easier. Like, I
Right.
get the lore reason, but still.
Right. So yeah, man. It's just been, wowing again, I guess, trying to keep working out and not no lifing WoW all the time.
Mm.
And
Dude, I've been a fucking slob recently. Like all this time you've been getting in shape, I've just been getting like fat kinda. My Instagram is just
how much
food.
have you gained weight?
Yeah, I'm up a belt loop. Dude, I'm definitely.
Okay,
I'm.
what's that in pounds? Like what were you at your fittest and what are you at now?
Well, see that depend. Like I don't know. Like I used to weigh like 210, but like that I've also made progress since then. So I'm not really sure what my actual weight should be, but I'm definitely carrying a few more pounds than I should be. Because like when I weighed like 210, my bench was way worse than it is now. My squat was worse, and like, I've put on some muscle since then, and that was like over a year ago. But
Right.
right now I'm like two. Let me look at my fucking. I think I was like two, probably in the upper 220s.
All right. So yeah, but I mean, your fucking Instagram's like, your girlfriend's like, hey, not everybody can be fit and eat 17 pizzas by themselves. Like that's your fucking Instagram
All
feeds.
my Instagram is fucking food.
It is,
Well,
bro.
dude, every time we like see each other, all we do is just fucking eat. Like, so she took me to the cheesecake factory,
Yeah.
and we got 6 things of bread. The guy came back 6 fucking times, and what's funny is that the fucking waiter was like, "Damn, dude, you're eating a lot of like you really throwing it down," and she was eating half of it.
Right.
Like she eats a shitload of food too.
Yeah.
But what's funny is like since we haven't been seeing each other as often, we're both like losing weight, like because we just fucking pig out, and
Right.
like we just go to buffets, because like if we actually pig out like at an actual restaurant, it's too expensive, so we just go to buffets.
Man, you gotta. Yeah. Yeah. You ever been to Texas de Brazil?
No.
It's a Brazilian steakhouse, and I don't know if you've ever been to one, but so it's kind of high end. I think it's like 30 or 40 bucks a plate. But what it is so they have like a really high end like sides, right, with like all like shrimp, all kinds of stuff, right? But the main thing is there's these waiters that come around and they have like a little cutting board with like meats, like cooked various different ways and all kinds of different meats, and you get a little coaster, and it's like on one side it's green light and the other side it's red light. As long as it's green light, the fucking waiters just keep coming around with the meat, and you just like just bring it. But it's like, I mean, it's like garlic filet mignon.
Mm.
It's like sirloin. It's all kinds of like lamb, ribs, all kinds of sausage, all kinds of really different like rotisserie shit.
Yeah. So she took me to the cheesecake factory, and
Couldn't believe you never been in the fucking Cheesecake
it,
Factory. Dude. You're
it,
like, this is so
dude, it's
amazing.
fucking dope. But I felt kind of bad because we spent like, well, she bought it, but she spent like $80 in food at the fucking cheesecake factory, and we ate all that shit.
That's fun.
And then we weren't even done. We went to fucking Krispy Kreme.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, dude.
Don't get fat again.
Well, I'm trimming down right now because we're not around each other. So, hooray!
Right. That's what happens, man. You get in those relationships, and then you're like, well, I'm just gonna eat because that's what we do, and
It's just fun.
it
It's just
is.
a fun hobby.
It's a good time.
I was
Yeah.
bad last weekend. I got this pizza. Like, hey, let me show you a picture
Yeah,
of it.
I think you did, Sal's. It's that
Yeah, that fucking pizza with the child's head for scale.
yeah, yeah.
That's a good. Well, I got that because I wasn't paying for it. That's like that pizza's like $32 or something.
So
But it's
you're
got
going to, are you going to school in Radford?
yeah, or no, it's not in Radford. It's in Dublin, Virginia. But it's like maybe a 15-minute drive, 20
Oh,
minutes.
okay. So I was gonna say, like, I actually work out there, not out there, but in that general area. So I was just gonna, if
Yeah,
you were
dude.
still working
If
at
you're
Harvey's, I was just gonna pop in and be like, hey, is Logan here? I want to buy a car. And then they'll be like, he doesn't do that. And I'll be like, I don't care. Go get him.
I'd probably come. That's what it took to sell a car. But no, yeah, it's yeah. If you're ever around, for sure, you should meet up somewhere.
especially before I leave Virginia.
Yeah, where you going, or do you know?
Uh, well, I want to go to Orlando. So as soon as I graduate, I don't want to deal with like transferring and then like doing all that kind of stuff, but I want to just move back home. So I've been looking up jobs in Orlando. I found one that was like so I do a lot of things really, and but the job that I found was working with contractors that are designing and building new rides for Universal.
Well, that's
Um,
cool.
that seems like a pretty fucking fun job, to be honest. And I have the qualifications for it. I just don't know what it pays. So, something like that. I'm going to start looking when I go to graduate, but I'm going to wait until I don't want to take too big of a pay cut. Because once you know how that stuff is. Once you establish what
Yeah,
your market is,
yeah.
if you take a lot less, then you have to build back up. So I know I'm going to take a little bit of a pay cut because Florida doesn't have like state income tax or personal property tax or things like that. So the cost of living is a lot lower. So like, you know, but
Wow, I would have thought that Orlando would be fucking expensive to live just because the weather.
Richmond, like my house in Florida that I just sold for whatever I just sold it for 35 would probably be like 250, 260 in Florida, in Central
Wow,
Florida. Yeah. So yeah, it's not that bad.
fuck. Weather there is nice too, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying, man. I got to get back and I got to get all the activities and kind of go back to my old way of life.
Hmm.
My kid's being an asshole now. She's like 2 and she just, she's in that asshole phase where she just we're screams like when you're like, hey, go do whatever, and she just won't do it, and she'll just be like, rah, and just like scream at you or something, and then you're like, hey, dude. She told a little baby to. We were like in Moe's the other day, and this like little baby was like crying in this guy's arms and squirming and stuff, and he wasn't paying attention, but the baby was like looking over her shoulder at my kid,
Uh,
and my kid looked up at this baby, and she was like, "Shut up." I
wow.
was like, I
My
was like,
2 year
oh,
old? Jesus.
Jesus, yeah, 2.5. She's almost 3, but yeah, it was I just like fucking laughed, dude. It's like, Jesus, you're usually nice to babies. Like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, dude, they do all kinds of shit, man. They can be little assholes.
Yeah,
So
Jesus.
yeah, I envy your your vasectomy decision. But
Yeah, that's
nah, she's good. Dude.
definitely been fun, for sure.
She wants to. I take her to Guitar Center on the weekends now because she wants to quote unquote play drums. So I take her in there, and then she plays like the djembes, which are like little hand drums, and then she sits on my. She can actually play drums pretty good.
Hmm.
But that's what I gotta do. I gotta get back into music too. Speaking of music, have you heard the new Disturbed song that came out?
No, does it sound like every other Disturbed song?
Kind of. Yes, but no. Like it's a newer direction for them. It's a little more electronic. It's a little more. It's definitely more mature. I really like it. It came out like yesterday, I think.
Hmm.
Um, so that's a thing. And then I bought Infinity War. I was watching that again. Did we talk about
Damn, you
Infinity
buy
War?
movies? Did
I,
we?
I I bought that one because that
I, I,
was probably my
I
favorite
really
Marvel
liked
movie
it.
ever.
Yeah, that's yeah, probably my favorite Marvel movie too.
So
Yeah, they did a good like that's the thing. Like everybody, like a lot of people think there's like like superhero burnout shit. Like that's kind of been like my stance. Like some people always go like, oh, you're just tired of World of Warcraft. Like that's why you stopped playing for that giant period of time. Like no, the game just got bad. I really don't think I was tired of it.
right.
And the same thing could be said for like the Marvel movies, right? Like there is no superhero fatigue if you make shit like Infinity War. Like there's been a fucking shitload of superhero movies, but Infinity War was just definitively good, so
Right.
like it doesn't
And
matter.
also better than Black Panther.
By a lot. That
Yeah,
movie,
we did talk
dude,
about that, I think.
yeah. I don't even think that movie was that like I don't think it was a bad movie, but I don't think it was a good movie either. I think it was just a movie.
Right. That is true. It was a movie. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh Did you see where fucking Alex Jones got banned off of everything?
I did. I don't. I'm not.
What's your thought on that?
I don't know, man. Like I don't know, dude. I'm so like tired of. I'm so tired of like this whole like politics right now sucks, dude. It just like it's just. I mean, this whole like Donald Trump like right and left thing and like the whole political climate. It's just I'm so tired like of politics in general, and then like Alex Jones and all this like I don't know, man. I guess what's his big deal, right? Like he's like a right wing conspiracy theorist.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say that he's a right wing conspiracy theorist. Probably a decent way to portray him, I guess. But the thing with Alex Jones, so I'm not a huge fan of him, but I also don't hate him. Like he's one of those people where like I think that people like Alex Jones need to be around because like 90% of the shit he does is ridiculous and overblown, but sometimes he'll actually be on some shit that's like, whoa. Like he did this one thing where there was like a bunch of politicians all doing this like weird shit, wearing goats on their heads and doing all this weird like skull and crossbones shit that was actually like real. I can't think of the name of it, but like that's the thing with Alex Jones is that like 95% of the shit he does is like really overblown, but I don't know. I like him because he's an entertaining character, but you also, I can say that, but also be very aware that his whole business model is selling fear. Like,
Right.
that's how he makes his money, is by being this ridiculous character, which he most definitely is a character. Like, the things he does where he, like, runs around his studio ripping his shirt off, like, he's obviously playing, like, a character, but I think
Yeah.
that everybody, all these social media platforms colluding together to ban him all at once, all on the same day, I think that's a little worrying. I mean, yeah, part of me goes like, they can do whatever they want, they're a private company, but also that's a little scary at the same time.
Right. Yeah. I don't know, man. I've just gone back and forth so many times on like how I feel about all that stuff, and it's just who knows, dude. I mean, like, your phone, like, you're being monitored all the time, right? And people will be outraged if they really knew the extent of how much people were monitored. But like, all that data flowing through all these private companies and all of like just politicians being able to direct and do whatever they want with it all the time. You can't think about that shit all day long.
Do you know about the shit
'Cause
with Facebook and pregnant women?
pregnant women, no.
Oh, this is bananas. So Facebook has got so much data on people that they were able to figure out that women were pregnant. Like Facebook knew that women were pregnant before they knew because of their behaviors. Like they would, linger on certain posts longer or like certain things more or whatever. And they got enough data on this to figure out when women were pregnant and send them targeted ads before they even knew they were pregnant.
So
How
Target.
that's how advanced it's gotten.
Target did that. Target did that a long time ago, and there was a big story about um, Target sent this like teenage girl, like pregnant women shit, and like her dad like called Target, made a big stink about it, and then found out like a week later that she actually was pregnant.
Yeah,
But like,
that's
so
crazy.
I took SAP, and you know what SAP is?
No.
SAP is a business system. It's an enterprise. So when a business does things, right? They've got material management, like ordering, invoicing. You gotta, you ask for quotes on things, and you provide quotes on things, and you pay, right? All those systems. Back in the day, those used to be separate, right? You have separate systems for everything. Well, what they have are called enterprise resource systems now that integrate all of those business functions into one cohesive package.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest one is SAP. Apple runs on SAP. 75% of all business transactions in the world run on SAP. And when you think about that, right, and like what SAP is now doing to figure out those kind of things, because that's how you figure out things like that. It's called like machine learning.
Yeah.
Dude, they have a thing. So SAP has a module called brand awareness. So like if I'm a company and say I want to sponsor like a FIFA World Cup, right? The SAP module will actually watch the televised broadcast. Like if I put my logo on like the side of the arena, right, the side of the
Mm.
field, like a little part of it, the SAP program will actually watch the live event and monitor the amount of time the logo was able to be seen on screen, and then while the logo was being seen on screen, what the viewers' activity were doing at that time, how much interaction, like like they're monitoring the clicks and the recent the lookups and the phone and all that stuff. So basically, we'll tell you what your ROI is for that based on like the amount, like again, the amount of
That's
time,
crazy.
how many clicks, blah blah blah. So like all this data, dude, they're able to what they're doing now. There's a pizza company called Zoom, actually, and you should watch them because they're really big. They're like the next, could be the next Amazon of food, but they're a small pizza company right now,
Mm.
and they started with these trucks that have ovens. So the thing is, the central hub like makes the base pizzas, and then the trucks, they get loaded into a truck. The truck just drives around. It's like the truck's driving around all the time, and when you call and order a pizza, the GPS in the truck puts the pizza in the oven at the right time so that it's out of the oven 3 minutes before it gets to your house.
That's
So,
crazy.
and not only that, they learn like when you order pizza, and then like when a neighborhood orders pizza, so they'll pre-prep pizzas, and then like you'll be just kind of chilling at your house, right, on a Friday night, and they know that hey, this family, has a high likelihood of ordering pizza on Fridays, blah blah blah. You'll get a thing on your phone that's like, hey, are you guys hungry tonight? Here's a coupon for pizza. It can be there in 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so it's there's so much data, dude. Like if you send a dick pic to anyone, like there's some fucking intern at Apple, munching popcorn, checking out your fucking dick pic. I'm positive of it. It's nuts, man. What technology is going to do. Speaking of technology, have you seen the Cyberpunk 2077 thing?
No, I haven't looked that much into that game.
That's going to be a good game, man. It's
I'm
going to be
sure.
a really good game. Yeah. That's like the next big thing that I'm stoked for.
Mm.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about Trump. I don't know how I feel about...
I think he's gonna win again. At
Do you
this
really?
rate. Yeah.
Are we going to have to bet?
I don't.
I hope... I don't want to bet because I'm going to lose and he's going to win again, and I just
Dude,
don't
I
want
mean,
that to happen.
who's his competition?
From the Democratic side?
Exactly from any side,
I don't
but
know.
especially the Democratic. I mean, is there really another Republican gonna?
Do you really think he's going to run again?
I mean, I guess hasn't he already been like sort of campaigning a little bit? I don't know what the fuck he's.
You know
doing.
what's funny about Trump though? Like, and it's not funny at all. But the thing with Trump, dude, if you look at the sum of everything that he's done, anybody else would have been gone down the rabbit hole of political the court of
Yeah.
social judgment, and been kicked out of office, impeached. I mean, just
He's gone like full circle in terms of like, but he was like that before he even got.
he just
won.
laughs. Just laughs. He
Dude, there's
laughs
so
it
much.
off.
Well, the problem is the media has fucked themselves at this point, because it's like the boy who cried Trump. Like every time, it's like the whole Russia thing, dude. Like that could actually be real, and I don't even think it would matter. Like I don't think it's real, but it could actually be real, and I don't think it would matter because it's just everybody's fucking fed up with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So who knows, man? I
They've
don't know.
they've been trying to get him for like 3 years now at this point, and they can't. And even if they do get something on him, people don't really believe it because there's been so much other fake bullshit, you know?
Right. And he's really good at like when there's actually a thing, creating a distraction.
Yeah, that whole like that the worst thing that ever happened to him was the grab her by the pussy thing right before the election. And if that didn't do him in, that nothing will. And that wouldn't, dude, like, yeah.
And making fun of the going with the fucking reporter with the hand. Like, oh my! So speaking of that, have you seen this Sacha Baron Cohen show?
No, but I've heard it's fantastic what he does in
What
like
you need to
with
fucking fix your
with the
life.
senator or whatever that he got to scream the N word.
He got him fired. That guy actually got fired. But
That's fucking. Yeah, I need to check that out. But yeah, I've heard
more
it's
than that,
fantastic.
so that so so that guy, the first thing he got him to do before he got him to scream the N word, the first thing he got him to do was he said, so he's got this character where he's like an Islamic, Mossad guy.
Yeah, like how do you figure out like who's a terrorist and who isn't?
Yeah, he made him take an upskirt of a girl with a phone with a phone because the way to figure out if you're a
Yeah,
terrorist or not
you
is if
got
you
a
have a
dick.
gun you got a gun, no, a gun strapped to your leg. So he put a phone on a selfie stick, and this guy was walking around. He took an upskirt of a girl, and he was like, "See, not a terrorist." And it was like her panties, and like showed it on the screen. That was one. One of the really funny. One of the funniest ones was he went to this little mining town in Arizona, and it was like a very right wing Trumpish zone. And he called a community town hall meeting, and he goes, I got a really exciting news. Who's ready for an investment of $340 million into this community? And everybody raises their hand, right? And he goes, well, we're going to give it to you by building the biggest mosque in the world right here
Oh
in the
my
middle of your
god,
city.
that's
And
funny.
everyone's like, what? And then, dude, he like clicks a picture. He goes, this is your town now, and this is your town with this mosque, and it's like the fucking Taj Mahal in the middle of this. All their signs are in Arabic.
Oh my
Oh my
god,
god,
that's
dude!
funny.
The one of the guy goes, "What the fuck makes you think we want them here?" He goes, "We don't even really want black people here, but we tolerate
Oh my god.
them." That one was really good, and then he just had he gets like a lot of people. He had a guy do a training video for 3-year-olds on guns. He had he he had talked to a guy, and dude, you need to watch every single episode. They're only a half hour long. You just watch every episode. They're so cringy, but they're so good. The guy he didn't get was Bernie Sanders. So like the very first one was Bernie, and he was like, so Bernie, he's like, I know you hate the 1%. And Bernie's like, I don't hate the 1%. I just don't think that all of the, 90% of the wealth should be blah, 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 right? And he goes like, well, I got a way to fix it. He's like, how about we take the 99% and we put them into the 1% so that everyone is the 1%. And Bernie's like, what? He's like,
Yeah, really, I know.
Bernie's like, there's only 100%. And this guy's like, no, 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 I don't think you're getting me, Bernie. He's like, we're going to take the 99% and they're going to be the 1%. And Bernie's like, I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to say. Like, and then he pulls out a fucking like flow chart, and it's got like on the left, it's got like a 1, and on the right, it's got a 99. And it's like the arrow just like takes one of the nines and moves it over to the other side. And then fucking takes the 1 and like moves it to the top, and then it's like an umbrella. And he goes, look, this explains it, Bernie. It's just math. And Bernie is like confused as shit, but like he doesn't, I mean, he doesn't admit to anything that's like embarrassing. So like they try to get him to comment, and he didn't give a fuck because whatever. But yeah, dude, it's nuts. It's just like on on another level. He had him like he had one guy the way to fend off a terrorist was like by biting them in the dick. So like he had a strap-on dildo, and he made this guy like turn around like a dog and just bite him in the fucking dildo, and he's like dragging him around the room. And then the guy starts screaming like, get back and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, I could fit 2 of these in my mouth. It's just like all this kind of shit
What
that
in
he
the
does.
world?
It's nuts. And the scary thing is they're real politicians that have real power. That's
Yeah.
the scary thing.
Well, anyway, to go back to what we were talking about, yeah, I think he's just gonna win again because he has no real competition. And also, like, if you think about it from the average American, like, is your life better now after Donald Trump has been president? And I think for the vast majority of people, especially for people that have investments and stuff, like things are better after he's been in office. I mean, maybe it's
say
because
that,
of him, or maybe it's not because of him, or maybe that's
but
what's the word? Maybe it's in spite of him, but
yeah, you say that, but 2020, you're gonna see a lot of changes, and that doesn't have nothing to do with Trump. Like I'm gonna leave my money in my 401k where it is, but the stock market is vastly overinflated right now and expensive. Warren Buffett isn't investing. It's way too high. So you're going to see, I think, the end of 2019, or I think most predictions are Q1 2020, a real big pullback. So we'll see. But
yeah, no, I sort of had a feeling that the like, because it sort of corrected itself there for a minute, and it's kind of been stagnant for a while. I haven't kept up because I'm not investing, because I'm not making a ton of money, because I'm getting ready to go to school and lose my.
Are you going to live off your savings, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna live off my savings.
Okay.
Let me look at it.
Your trust fund.
I've been saving money for this for a while. I'm not even gonna have to sell anything. I just got it in cash. But yeah, no, the stock market's just been stagnant for a while.
It has, but it's pricey. I mean, when you look at like,
I had a feeling that crazy run was gonna end fairly soon. That fucking Trump election 2016 run, like, holy fuck, did everybody make a lot of money with that?
Yeah. So let's see. I'm just looking at my 401k because I'm invested in like mostly index funds. I've been doing.
You made a shitload of money too.
I've been doing Vanguard.
Huh.
Also.
That's what I do.
Yeah, Vanguard is the best, man. I'm buying. So my 401k now, for a 1-year return, is 16.5%, and my year-to-date return is 8%. So that's not. It's gonna go away, but like my. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but like.
Would you say yours is at 16?
16.5 for a 1 year, and then 8 for year to date.
Yeah, but I got fucking lucky. I'm not even gonna lie. I got lucky with a few things, but I'm at 17.3.
Okay. You're probably. I mean, I don't know what you're in, but I'm only in the S&P 500 large cap.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm in too. But I just bought it at the right time. Like, I just bought, like, right. not out of skill, like literally out of luck. Like, I do dollar cost averaging, and I just got fucking lucky.
Yeah, I try to do that, but the problem, I don't really do that. So, like the fund that I want to be in Vanguard is the Admiral shares, which is VFAIX.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
AIX.
It's
The problem with VFAIX is that you need a 10K minimum.
Yeah, 10K.
And all my money really is in my 401k, and I only have like I think 6 or 7K in my Vanguard because I've only been putting money in there for like a couple months. So now what I do is every 2 weeks I buy another share of. So VOO is the ETF version of VFAIX. So ETF is just like an exchange traded fund. So you just buy shares. So what I do is I just buy a share every 2 weeks, whatever the price is, and that's not really dollar cost averaging, because It is, but
I was
not
going to say
really.
that's like the definition of it.
It is, but not really, because I put in like $275 every 2 weeks, and then I use that money. I buy a share no matter what it is. So it kind of is, but
is there another definition? I thought that the whole.
Well, yeah, but it sits there. You know what I mean? Like ideally, with VFI AIX, right? If I had that, my $275 would buy fractional shares, right? That's what dollar cost averaging is that you're taking the same amount of money and investing it.
Yeah, but it doesn't really. I mean, at the end of the day, like, who gives it? That's like semantics. Like, who cares?
Yeah,
you're not
that's
buying
what I'm saying.
full...
I'm doing it, but I'm not really.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's the same. It's the same end goal. The same thing is gonna happen whether you spend $200 to get a full share or whatever the fuck it go. I don't know.
Right. So I'm doing it, but as soon as I get 10 G's in there, then I'm gonna convert it over to VFAIX and do that, the DCA thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know what I'm gonna use that for. In Florida, if you get a good grade and good grades in high school, you can go to college for free. So I'm just gonna tell my kid she better do that, or she's gonna fucking
Mm,
work at Chick-fil-A.
I'm
Do you
I'm
guys
I'm saving up for my midlife crisis.
do you guys have Kava down there?
Have what?
It's a restaurant called Kava. Do you have it?
No.
Oh my god, dude! If you ever get one, your girl would move back to Virginia for that.
Hmm.
It's like a Mediterranean Chipotle up here, and if you go to like grocery stores, you'll see hummus that's made by Kava, in there. But it's like the new, like if that restaurant ever goes public, it's the next Chipotle for sure.
Wow.
Like it has a cult following, and they're growing like fucking nuts. So I'm telling you right now, two investments to look at are Zoom and Kava, and also my buddy actually. You ever heard of Bird, the startup Bird?
No.
So they do scooters. It's like a
Uh,
scooter.
is it a rental fucking thing where they have all these goddamn scooters all over the cities?
Yeah, and you
Fuck
basically
that.
you just find one on your phone, and then you get it, and then you just drop it off wherever. Yeah, but you know what their valuation has done?
I don't,
Like
dude.
for
I
that
just know there's a lot of people that fucking hate those things, including like the city planners and like I don't know. I think they're gonna get fucking regulated into the dirt.
scooter startup Bird. Wait, god damn it, fucking. The thing about business sites that's fucking AIDS is they hate ad
Ad
blockers.
block, yeah.
Scooter startup Bird doubles valuation to $2 billion in 4 months.
Yeah, but you know, Movie Pass was cool too.
Fucking movie guys. That's funny. That's funny. So, yeah, but there's a lot of people that left Riot to go do that. Did you see that thing Riot was teasing an MMO too?
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And Ashes of Creation showed their action combat today. Did you see that?
No, I just saw somebody link it. Is it good?
Yeah. Let me see if go
yeah.
to go to go to YouTube
Yeah,
and then
I'll
put
pull it
in
up.
Ashes action combat. And they put it on there. It's okay. I definitely think that here I'll link it for you. I think that the animations
The animations don't look bad.
um
Is it? And it's like close up camera.
I think that's how you actually play. Like
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
you can't zoom out, so it'll probably be like Crowfall in that regard. If you can't zoom
yeah,
out, which I think I'm okay with that. Because the thing is, if you can zoom out, then everybody's gonna play zoomed out because it's better too.
right.
That's
So
actually, I don't know. This actually looks all right.
it looks okay. The animations need to get a lot better, of course, but they're much better than they were.
Yeah,
So
no, this doesn't look bad at all, really.
so we'll
Wow,
see.
was not expecting this. This actually looks all
Right.
right.
Yeah, we'll see,
But who
man.
knows how practical it's gonna be, right? Like when you have a bunch of people on screen, like there's a reason why a lot of things are the way they are in terms of MMO design.
Right. And did you see Black Desert Online is coming out remastered now?
Why is that a thing? Doesn't that game look really good already?
Yeah, but there's a lot of pop in. There's a lot of like, weird things about it, but yeah, it does look pretty good. Yeah, they're remastering it.
Yeah, I'm watching this video and it looks pretty good. Like, but then again, it's a video showing like all the cool shit, so of course it's going to.
Right. Yeah.
And they also have no UI showing or any of that shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's expensive to buy into that um that
This one guy's got like a fucking stick as a weapon, like a spear, I guess. It's
yeah,
a staff, but you usually don't see staff wielding characters swinging them like that.
right.
No, this looks all right. I'm actually happy this is a thing.
It just looks expensive. Like Crowfall was expensive to buy into too, man. I think I paid $100 or $150 for Crowfall.
No, you don't. You didn't have to.
I know, but I did when I bought in. Like, and if you wanted to play Ashes now, it's like $500 to
Wow.
buy
Yeah.
in
No.
to
Fuck
buy into the
that.
alpha.
I'm
To
not
buy
gonna do
into the alpha
that.
one.
Like, I'll need to
So
see more about the actual game. Like, Ashes of Creation, I feel like is gonna be a lot like Star Citizen in a lot of ways. Like, this looks promising, like the combat does, but who knows, like, if they can deliver on all the other features, you know?
right.
And who knows if this combat's actually fun to play outside of just because it looks good, but there's plenty of things that look good that aren't fun.
Yeah.
But it does look fucking good. I will say that. Like I was not expecting them to pull this out, considering their last iteration of combat was fucking retarded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Worse than like Crowfall gets a bad rap for its combat for being like simplistic, and a lot of the animations are like still not great. But this yeah, no, wow, I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. I think
Good
if
for them.
WoW
Fuck.
if I think if WoW ever dies for me, I think my gaming days are coming to a close. Actually,
It's depressing.
I got MMO, gaming days.
Well,
Because
that's a lot of people, dude. That was me.
I mean, I like to throw. I'm a throwaway. See, what I can't do though, is like, so my brother husband that lives here.
Wait. Back that
My,
up.
my brother husband. It's my wife's brother who lives here with us, and I call him that because he, yeah. So he just lives here, and that I support a
I
lot.
feel like there's a story behind this.
No, we take him to work. He works at Best Buy now. He like graduated school, doesn't have a driver's license, and we kind of just drive him around and do stuff, but which is fine. But he babysits my kid, so it allows me to go do other things.
Okay.
But
Well, there's
anyway,
an upside. You sounded really enthralled telling me that story. You sound like
yeah.
you make it
But
seem
anyway,
like it's so much fun.
yeah, it's fine. He's in his room. He just bought BFA actually, and he had never he's playing WoW now. But anyway,
Is he good?
no. So
I'll kick his ass out, man. Get him to farm some fucking shit for you, dog.
my wife does.
I did see that because I whispered your
Yeah, she
wife.
texted me.
Yeah,
She's like, your friend Zyback wants to know when you're going to do the podcast, and
I
I'm
didn't
like,
know
God.
she played. Does she like actually play, or does she just like do like the typical like female version of playing MMOs where they just fuck around?
Yes, she pet battles and she does all the world quests, even though there's no reason to do them yet. Yes. So, but the nice thing is, her and I share a battle net. So what's funny is all those pets and all those mounts and all
You
that.
have 'em, yeah.
I get all that shit. So fucking whatever. She can do that if she wants.
I wonder,
Anyway,
I wonder what happens in the divorce. Like if the account is shared. That's fucked up. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I guess that would be a thing. You could like divest your accounts like that. I'm sure they would do that in those cases. I'm sure it wouldn't be the first time it ever came up as a thing.
Who gets Mercamus? Mercamus
Right.
the gladiator.
Mercablo. Anyway, but like he plays like, those people that play like they'll play a new game every day and like sink like 15 hours straight into this game and then just never play it again. I can't do that. Like something in my brain.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. Like I want to play a
this-
single. Like I want to be invested in a game and be like the shit at it. Or
right,
be,
and then have it have some staying power.
yeah.
Like that's the thing with WoW is like no matter what you do in WoW, even if you quit for like 2 years, you come back. All those mounts and all that.
Yeah, you've got a history. It's a game that
there.
has a history,
Yeah.
you know?
So,
Like I remember when it's so stupid why I remember I remember the fucking mailbox I was at when I got that like 2008 Olympics tabard, which is like apparently like a really rare item now. Like I've got like that 2008 Olympics tabard and like the spirit of competition. Like I know the fucking mailbox I was at when I got that.
right.
Like just dumb shit.
Yeah. So I don't know, dude. I mean, who knows? Like I said, even WoW now, like I should like the prior years me wouldn't be doing a podcast a week after an expansion launch, but like I don't care.
We'd be no
I
life.
mean, yeah. So
Yeah, no, that's like I know that me in BFA, like I'm gonna be a lot more of like a tourist for sure.
right.
So, like that's why like a lot of people are like, why don't you just fucking re-roll? Like why even play Feral? Like I don't have time to play multiple characters. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I do. I do that. I play a little bit of everything.
Yeah, but I'd like to actually have like one good one, you know?
Yeah. Well, I do. But then I also play a little bit of everything.
I must just be sucking cock. Like you're ahead of me, and you seem to be playing less than me. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm also. Yeah. Well, I'm also going right for the highest content. You know what I mean? And I have people to do it with.
Yeah, I don't have anybody. I don't have like a PvE squad right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're not plugging mythics as feral, especially not at 320 or whatever you're at, 310
Dude,
or something.
nobody fucking wants a feral druid for
I bought
anything.
I'm the big dick right now in the game because I bought that 5 million gold mount,
Oh
the
shit.
the auction house mount. I bought the Brutosaurus. Yeah, I
Oh,
bought
it
that
has a
shit.
fucking auction house on it?
Yeah.
Dude, that's
So,
nuts.
and I'm a Nightborn, so like if I'm out in the world and I'm like, hey, I don't have any more fucking whatever rocket packs, right? Like gliders. I just summon my little fucking auction house,
That's
buy them, and then
bananas.
and
They
then
gave
and then
people
give
a...
and then give myself a mailbox, and then I
Dude,
pull
that's
them out
so
of the mailbox.
crazy. They won't even put auction houses in the new cities. I can't believe they give you a portable one.
Wow, for 5 million gold, they
That's not
fucking
even that
better.
much gold.
It's five. That's like $500 in game money, or that's like $500 real money dollars.
How much is a
Because
WoW
WoW,
token?
like, I don't know what they are now, but they were 200K for a while.
Hmm.
So like,
I
that
guess
was
I guess my
so when I at the end of Legion, I was either gonna buy the Mythic Argus mount because I mean I don't raid Mythics anymore, obviously. So I typically buy those Mythic mounts so that they're not 1% drops. But I was like looking at the Mythic Argus mount. It's like a three-headed
how'd
dog
you get all
thing
that
with
much?
wings.
How'd you get all that gold anyway?
Legion fucking follower missions.
Wow, five. That's the problem with WoW. Like you shouldn't be able to get 5 million gold by just clicking on shit. Like, come on.
Well, you're not gonna be in BFA. I'm pretty sure. So,
Well, WoD was
but
even worse.
no, it wasn't. Yeah,
WoD,
WoD was bad. WoD was bad, but Legion was way worse in terms of gold. Way worse.
like
Like,
how from a game design perspective can they justify like just conjuring gold out of...
I mean, Mythic Argus mount was selling for like 8-10 million, and when WoD was out, Mythic Hellfire Citadel mount, I think I paid. I want to say 1 million for that. So it was like it's like 5 or 10x worse in Legion in terms of inflation, but it's coming. It'll probably come back down because they.
Yeah, so this is how old school I am, right? In Wrath, I was one of the first people that got that Traveler Tundra Mammoth, the 20,000 gold mount. That was seen as crazy back then. 20,000 gold to spend on a mount, but it had the two vendors on it. It had the repair vendor and the like reagent
Yep.
vendor.
Yep.
Uh, Dude, I have gotten my money's worth out of that motherfucker. I got my money's worth out of that thing in like
And do you
a
have
couple months.
do you have the transmog yak?
No, I don't. The last mount I bought like that was the Traveler. That's what I used to care about. WoW was back in Wrath.
So yeah, I mean, I looked at it like this: the auction house mount, right? So all of my characters for the rest of the time I play the game,
Yeah,
if I need to sell or buy anything, I can just summon it and do it right there.
yeah, that's crazy. Especially, I didn't think about the accounts being the mounts being account wide now. Because I know people that bought like the Traveler Tundra mounts for multiple characters
hmm
before
Yep.
that was a thing.
That's why I'm a Nightborn because, you buy it, but you had to go to a mailbox. Now I don't even have to do that. I just fucking buy it and just summon my little mailbox and then
Nightborn, is that
take
a
it.
racial for Nightborn?
Yeah,
Oh, see,
mailbox.
I'm an engineer, so I have a fucking Molly.
Yeah, yeah, but that's like a 1 hour cooldown, right?
Yeah, but I mean, how fucking often do you go to the goddamn mailbox?
I mean, dude, I'm telling you, like, I made so much gold just like when I was leveling, just because I would like find mats and put them on the auction house before anybody
Oh, I didn't
else.
even think
'Cause
about that. What's the name of this mount? I'm curious what it even looks like. Isn't it that giant long neck dinosaur thing?
Yep, Mighty Caravan Brutosaur.
Is it
Yeah.
huge? Like, what
Yeah,
is it
it's
in
pretty
relation in relation to like the Traveler Tundra mount?
I think it's the biggest mount in the game.
Say it
terms of
again. Mighty
height.
what?
Caravan Brutosaur.
Oh,
It's not
okay, here we
the
go.
best looking thing ever, but
Holy shit, that thing is huge.
yeah, I like it. It's
Dude,
definitely
that thing is massive.
it's pretty.
There's
big.
there's a picture of a blood elf female on it, and there's like how many characters could you fit in that? Yeah, that's easily the biggest mount. Holy
Three.
shit.
And 3, I think.
Is it still classified as a vehicle where you can kick the little guys off? Or can you even do
Yeah.
that anymore?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Dude, so you missed the glory days of WoW with the Traveler Tundra Mammoths and the Mechno Choppers. They used to be classified as real vehicles with real health bars. So having them was an actual advantage. Because people could accidentally target your mount instead of you. and also you couldn't die from fall damage because your mount would die and not you.
That's funny.
And also, it was a glorious time to have a vehicle mount because they were brand new at the time, so people wanted to ride in the mounts to see what that was like. So I would be like giving out free Traveler, Tundra Mammoth, and Mechno Chopper rides, and there'd be a bunch of noobs all ready to do it. So what I would do is I'd take them and just jump off Dalaran, and then go flight for them. And just watch them fucking fall.
That's funny. That's pretty funny.
Great,
they give you a parachute now if you do that.
Oh, it's fuckers. They didn't have that back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. I did that with the on Drake. Yeah, I tried to do that to somebody, and they just gives them a parachute.
That's lame. That definitely didn't used to be a thing.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, I don't want to keep you too long. I know.
Yeah, I gotta go get food and do some other things, and go level my demon hunter. But we gotta do this a little more often.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how long BFA holds my attention.
Cool. We'll do.
All right, man. I guess I'll see you probably in game every now and then.
See you, buddy.
All right, have a good one.